Chapter 1: The Dark Origins. Have you ever wondered about the chilling history of mental asylums, those ominous structures that once dotted the landscapes of many countries? From their inception to their eventual downfall, the story of these institutions is a haunting journey through the annals of human history. In the early days, mental illness was a concept shrouded in mystery and fear. In the Middle Ages, people believed those suffering from mental disorders were possessed by demons or were being punished by the gods. They were often subjected to exorcisms, or worse, accused of witchcraft and executed. Chapter 2: The Era of Bedlams. During the 16th and 17th centuries, the first establishments resembling what we might call a mental asylum began to appear. Known as bedlams, they were more like prisons than hospitals, with patients often chained to the walls. Conditions were appalling, with little understanding of mental health, and treatments were more akin to torture. Chapter 3: The Age of Enlightenment. Then came the 18th century, a period known as the Age of Enlightenment, which brought about a shift in perceptions towards mental illness. A wave of moral treatment began to sweep across Europe and North America, inspired by reformers like Philippe Pinel in France and William Tuke in England. They advocated for a more humane approach, emphasizing the importance of compassion and understanding. Chapter 4: The Grand Asylums. The 19th century saw the proliferation of asylums, with countries like the United States and United Kingdom building hundreds of these institutions. They were often grand, castle-like structures, meant to inspire awe and respect. However, the reality within these walls was far from inspiring. Overcrowding was common and patients suffered from neglect and abuse. Chapter 5: The Decline and Reform. The advent of the 20th century brought about significant changes. Scientific progress led to a better understanding of mental disorders, paving the way for more effective treatments. Asylums began to decline in number, replaced by psychiatric hospitals that aimed to treat rather than merely contain patients. Chapter 6: The Legacy. However, the legacy of these institutions remained. The deinstitutionalization movement of the mid to late 20th century led to the closure of many asylums. But it also left many patients without proper care and support. The haunting images of abandoned asylums serve as stark reminders of a past we should strive not to repeat. Chapter 7: Reflection and Moving Forward. As we look back on the history of mental asylums, we see a reflection of society's evolving understanding and treatment of mental illness. From the primitive bedlams to the grand asylums of the 19th century, and finally to the deinstitutionalization movement of the 20th century, this history is a tapestry woven with threads of fear, ignorance, reform, and progress. The story of mental asylums is a poignant reminder of the past, a lesson for the present, and a guide for the future. It underlines the importance of empathy, understanding, and proper care for those suffering from mental disorders. As we move forward, it is crucial to remember this history, to ensure we continue to improve and never revert to the horrors of the past.